Hi, I'm Plami. In this episode of Trailer Reactions, I'm gonna be checking out a trailer for something a little bit different than what I usually do, because so far I've only checked out trailers for like the Walking Dead shows that they've released recently. But now I'm gonna be checking out a movie trailer for a movie that I'm actually pretty excited about now that the trailer has been released, because I've been hearing about the existence of this movie for quite a while now, especially since the last event of last year happened, which essentially pushed everything a few years, at least 1 year towards the future. But I've been very excited to hear more about it and finally see a trailer, because I do love The Matrix. I only watched it when was it? I think it was like 3 years ago, because that's around the time when I was like, hey, I'm bored with my life. I want to check out more movies that I haven't checked out in the years that I've been alive. And I checked out the 3 existing Matrix movies, and I enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them. At some point, probably close to before the release of this movie, I'll rewatch those movies and review them on my channel. So if you're interested in that, subscribe for whenever that happens. But anyway, I'm really excited to see where exactly they're gonna take this movie, and whether the trailer is actually gonna manage to make me excited about it, because, I mean, I am a little wary, because this is a 4th movie releasing like 20 years after the last one was released. And I don't know, that just kind of stinks of cash grabbing, which it probably is, regardless of the final quality of the product. But I'm just curious how well it's going to actually fit with the rest of the story we have been told so far. And also I'm curious how the fuck are they gonna bring the characters back to life, because I'm pretty sure both of them died. So are there going to be new iterations of those characters? I don't know. Without further ado, let's check out the trailer to Matrix Resurrections in 3, 2, 1.
Thomas, you seem particularly triggered right now. Can you tell me what happened?
I've had dreams that weren't just dreams.
Hey, Neil Patrick Harris.
Crazy. We don't use that word in here.
Interesting. So it seems like it might be a new iteration.
Hi.
Have we met? One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you smaller.
It definitely seems very different from the original 3.
Mother gives you, don't do anything.
It's also weird to see Keanu Reeves the way he looks like nowadays as Neo from the original Matrix.
Time to fly.
If you want the truth, Neo, you're going to have to follow me.
Did they not get Lawrence Fishburne?
Everything that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting, and why you will never give up. You don't know me, no?
Oh, come on. I want Lawrence Fishburne back. Come on. It's not the same without him. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just gonna feel weird without him. Gotta say, at least the CGI is much better.
The Matrix.
12, 22, 21. So that means, by the dumb logic of you Americans, that it's gonna be released on 22nd of December 2021, right? Because you were the only dumb people who put the month before the fucking day of the month. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about the trailer, frankly. I mean, the trailer is fine. It portrays what it should portray. Honestly, especially compared to the trailer of the last thing that I reacted to, it's much more of a proper trailer. But I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I have this weird infatuation with like the early 2000s, like some people have with like the 80s or 90s or whatever. Because like for me, everything that media-wise that was in the early 2000s, like late 90s, early 2000s, up to like the early 2010s. Stylistically, I loved everything. So for me, there's a certain bit of nostalgia going back to watch or enjoy any kind of media from that point in time. So I feel like that definitely played a role in why I like the Matrix movies. And this movie, at least the trailer for this movie, doesn't really give me the vibe from those 3 movies. So I don't know how much I'm gonna enjoy it, honestly. Once it's released and once I watch it. But again, at least the CGI is better. And don't worry, we're gonna get through the trailer one more time, probably break down some of the parts in it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still curious about what the story is going to be and how the hell are they gonna get revived. Because both of them died, spoiler alert, in the final movie of the original trilogy. So is this a new iteration of the Matrix? I think that's the case, but they're technically still gonna be the same characters because they're gonna get their memories back, because clearly, as we can see, Neo is having the memories again, so that only kind of makes sense for it to be the case. I think the thing that really kind of threw me off and kind of ruined my mood about this movie is the fact that Lawrence Fishburne is not going to be in the movie. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I am saying the name of the right actor. I'm pretty sure that's who that was played by, but give me a second to check. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne is the guy. And apparently, and I've just skimmed over the titles of a few articles, he wasn't fucking even asked to be in the movie, and I'm really curious about why that was the case. So I'm definitely gonna be checking out fucking some articles and explanations about this, because he was a big part of the movie, whether people fucking like it or not. He's honestly probably my favorite character out of the 3 movies. He's the most memorable and the most interesting character because he's the only one with an actual goal and achieves it. Like, it feels like he's the only character invested in what's happening, because Neo, and that is nothing to shit on Keanu Reeves' acting or anything, Neo is a plank of wood in those movies. He's not an interesting character at all. He's fine, but he's not interesting. Neither is, frankly, Trinity. Their romance is mildly interesting because they're the main guy and the main girl, but beyond that, I don't really care about them too much. But Morpheus, he's interesting, he's awesome, he's invested in pushing the story forward. He was the best, and now you replace him with this guy? I don't even care who he is, frankly. Even if he ends up being just as good, it's just gonna be a cheap copy of the amazing original. And that might be the biggest reason why I won't check out this movie if I don't check it out. Because I just don't know. Like, already the movie doesn't give me the early 2000s vibes that I was hoping for. And I know that this movie is obviously made now, so it's not gonna have those vibes. But I feel like I don't really get the nostalgia bait that it's supposed to be a nostalgia bait, you know? So yeah, I don't know. And if it is a new iteration of the Matrix, and these characters are just gonna have the memories, which would essentially make them the original characters, I mean, I don't know, it just feels cheap. It just feels creating a fourth movie for the sake of creating a fourth movie. And it doesn't really feel like it adds much to the story. And again, this is just based off the trailer. I'm still gonna give the movie a shot at least at this point in time. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely biased against the movie now, so there's that. But yeah, now let's take a look at the trailer a little bit more slowly and in bits and pieces. So let's get into it.
Thomas? You seem particularly
Okay,
triggered right
call
now.
back
Can you tell
with
me
the
what
cat.
happened?
That feels kind of lazy. Hey, remember the cat? Also Neil Patrick Harris, that's interesting.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here. Right.
Okay, so they meet at a cafe. So neither she or he are badasses. So we're gonna have to grow to that point again. They'll have to grow to that point again.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the one...
Also, and this is actually a perfect shot to pause on for what I want to talk about. Didn't Agent Smith say in the first movie that the reason why the Matrix is set in the 20th century or the late 90s or whatever you want to call that period of time is because it was the perfect time for humans in terms of their development? And honestly, that was kind of cool. I wish they kind of tried to make this movie like a genuine sequel of those three movies and set with the same atmosphere of like the early 2000s. I think that would have been much cooler. Like, people loved the It movies because they were set in the 80s, so why couldn't we have this movie be set in the early 2000s? Wouldn't that have been cool? So, yeah, in addition to that, because in the late 90s or the 20th century was the peak of human whatever it was. I don't remember his exact lines in that first movie because I watched it 3 fucking years ago. Give me a break. But I'm pretty sure he said something along those lines. And I don't know, it feels weird seeing these people with their smartphones and tablets and everything in the fucking Matrix. Which to me feels like the Matrix is a virtual world of the 20th century, is what I'm trying to say. And it's weird to see this newer technology into it. It just feels weird. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, we have a bunch of blue pills and red pills. Yay. New character, I guess. Don't tell me this is gonna be that old lady that was telling Neo stuff about the Matrix and guiding him. I bet that's gonna be the case. I'm calling it right now. Okay. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm sorry. I don't care who that guy is. I don't care how good of an actor he is. Bring back Lawrence Fishburne. And I know that's not gonna happen at this point because the movie's done. It's gonna be released in 6 months. But fuck me. Why did you make this movie without Lawrence Fishburne? Why did you include Morpheus? Because this guy is supposed to be Morpheus without Lawrence Fishburne. Why? I'd rather not have Morpheus at all instead of have this fake copy of Morpheus. Fuck off. I'm sorry, but fuck off. Oh, here he goes. Another lazy callback. And this is going to be a new character. That might be one of the most exciting parts of the movie, frankly, for me. This seems like a cool character. Okay, so here's Neo and Trinity probably getting their memories back or some shit. There's Neo fighting the Black Morpheus guy. Of course, and he pulls out some bullshit and defeats him. He stops trying to hit him and hits him. See, I can do the shitty callbacks too. This Christmas. At least it looks visually really cool. Like I said, the CGI is much better than the original 3 movies. That's probably going to be the one thing that it has over those. But frankly, that is a problem and a good thing about modern movies in general. A lot of modern movies have good fucking CGI, but their characters and their tone is kind of shit, and it's one of the reasons why I don't enjoy modern movies as much. While the older movies didn't have good CGI, but had this pretty good writing and characters, and were engaging on a level that modern movies, to me, just aren't. But yeah, the CGI is pretty good in this movie. Okay, interesting shot on the roof. Yeah, I'm curious to see more from that blue-haired character. You're not Morpheus. Fuck off. Is that Trinity waking up? Yeah, it looks like it. Interesting. Okay. I swear, if this movie is just the first movie but flipping remade, I'm gonna be so pissed because it has a lot of similarities to it. I'm sure this movie is gonna play as both a sequel and a reboot, but honestly, part of me wishes for them to just have committed to a reboot or to one or the other, because if it is a reboot, at least it's gonna be completely new, and it's gonna be with completely new actors and completely new characters. I can separate it in my head. But if this is also going to be a sequel, I'll have to consider it, at least somewhat, when I think about those 3 movies. Only in my head canon will the 3 original movies be their own thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not really hopeful about it. And nothing against anybody who is involved with this movie, but yeah, I'm not really too excited about it anymore. I mean, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to give it a chance. But, yeah. I don't know. I really feel like it's not going to be anywhere as good as the originals. I think it's just going to be a movie that's just going to get forgotten 2 years from now. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just a person on the internet with opinions. So yeah, that was the trailer. I mean, there's nothing that I haven't already said, so I guess let's just end this video. But before we end this video, I just want to give a huge thanks to my one and only patron on Patreon, Omari Bridgman. If you want to join that person in supporting me and supporting the channel, you can do that by obviously going down in the description below and clicking on the link to my Patreon, where you can subscribe to any of the tiers over there, although I don't know if there is specifically a tier that you might be interested in, because there's nothing that people who might be interested in this video specifically will really get from my Patreon. But look around my channel. If you find some interesting content, check out my Patreon and see if there is a specific tier with a perk for the type of content that I do, because for some there is, for some there isn't. And I would just appreciate any amount of support you can give me. You can just give me the smallest amount or none. It's completely up to you. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!